but your friend Meghan Markle is back on Instagram and back with her new show for Netflix called With Love. And it looks great. It looks fun. It looks like a blend of cooking show, but with more lifestyle. And she's visiting with famous friends, and it looks yummy and decorative. One of the things to remember when you're in the car is to make sure to put sunscreen on your hands. This is the Lancome UV Expert Aqua Gel Defense 50, right? Because the mitts are on the steering wheel and you don't want things to go wrong because you're being exposed to the sun's strongest rays, and they're magnified by the glass in your car. Put one in the chat if you have tint in your window specifically to save your skin from the intensity of the sun's rays. Another thing, I've been bad about it because usually I'm going places where there's water. Never again. I'm going to keep bringing water with me because you need it. And to be desperate and like not feel like you have access to water is, your pets need it. Everybody you see needs it. It's only polite in the desert of California to offer people water when you receive them at your office or your home, because if you get depleted, it's like literally 70, 80 degrees here. It's summer weather, and I apologize because the rest of the country is not enjoying summer weather, but we are. And I'm in thermals, of course, because it was like 40, 50 degrees this morning. But I thought we would chat. I am excited that Meghan Markle's show, the hate just doesn't stop. Now the criticism is that Meghan Markle turned off the comments on Instagram, but you know what people were trying to do. They wanted to be up to no good. They wanted to, get at her in a negative way, right? All the things people have been saying about the Polo series, about her series, Sight Unseen, everything they keep saying about American Riviera Orchard, products unseen, like that she's not doing it right. And yet the others, the left behinds, have business licenses that have never been applied to any kind of business. Anyway, this is the LA Colors Natural Loose Powder. I was able to get this for $3.99 at Ross. I was so excited because this, to me, I don't hope it doesn't shame me, is my perfect shade. The packaging is kind of terrible. Everything leaks out. I got a little too excited about opening the little, vent holes all the way, and it's in the car. It's not in a stationary place. But, they say tap it out on your hand, and then we'll just use the viewfinder just to take some shine down. Like, we didn't want to put on crazy makeup. We actually had to do some work on camera, and I have a notebook, so it caught all the fallout. Oh, that's interesting. I don't have to pat it on my hand. I can pat it on the notebook, just to even out the product on this is a puff I stole from one of the LA Colors compacts that, whether it's nude or tan or what is the other shade, toffee, which are good, contour or bronzer colors for me. Natural to me is they have foundation, they have concealers. You can't always get it, between the Japanese dollar store Daiso and the Dollar Tree. That's all we really have in California right now because the 99-cent store is gone. And I did see that Dollar Tree took over a few locations, not that many locations, of the 99-cent store, like some of the real estate they took over, but the inventory is not the same. The experience is not the same. It's great. It's better than nothing, right? When you just need a pair of scissors for the car, right? It's a tiny pair of craft scissors, $1.25. The issue is when you get products from LA Colors at the Japanese dollars. I believe the base price is now $1.75. So the 99-cent store was, creeping up $1.29 for certain things, if memory serves. But the Dollar Tree, I feel like, is pretty consistent with $1.25, unless it's like a food item, and some of that stuff will be like $5, for like a pizza or ice cream, but just like surprising products, you're surprised to be able to get them in the Dollar Tree. I did go in earlier with some of this e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray, just to keep the makeup on for that work I had to do over at, is it CBS Television City? Is that what it's called? I believe that's what it is. But, quiet times for production. A lot of things aren't starting until next week. And of course, we are getting our hustle on about a whole bunch of things. But, I haven't been live on this platform in so long. And there's so many things that are about to change drastically in the country that make it important for us to connect, right? Like we saw our friend Kate Middleton do her thing at the Christmas concert, a very poorly rated Christmas concert, but it's good to see her in good health and good spirits walking around. There does seem to be a little tension still between her and, Prince William, who we lovingly refer to as Egg. But that's meant for you, and that's definitely marriage, especially after 13 years. And if he's not on that act right, then it could just be an ongoing source of tension. How do you correct it? How do you correct him, the heir to the throne? He does not want to be corrected. We saw that with Harry and his treatment of Harry and Meghan. He's, he's Joffrey from Game of Thrones, right? And that little young blonde, I guess it's Norway, where one of the lesser royals who's blonde is acting up and getting in trouble with the cops for essay. All this entitlement. We see it in the States with just regular dudes who don't have royal titles. They're ready. They're ready to step in and assert themselves where they have no authority, right? Where they are not welcome, where they are, and not all. There are good people and good men and all that stuff, and the Prince Harrys of the world. But we're excited to see Meghan Markle's thing, when we finally come to see it. But, she's obviously an expert communicator, an expert on camera performer. She's given us so many great photos, and Kate Middleton has as well. And we love to see it. This is our equivalent entertainment to like sports. Like, what's she wearing? Oh, a skirt from Africa, or keyhole. If you're not like someone who's super buxom, that you can still be body conscious in a tasteful way, and find designs and designers who can amplify your visual appeal, right? And that's so important when you're making content, right? Whether that's the Christmas concert, am I in focus? Whether that's the, you know, what is this? Highlight, save to your channel as unlisted video. Ooh. Oh, flip the camera? No. But yeah, what do you think? Meghan Markle back. Incredible. Loose powder. Sadly, you can't get it at the Japanese dollar store. I did randomly find it and I believe I got a translucent one as well. This one is natural. My favorite color. We can see what translucent looks like as well. I'm having a little difficulty keeping this from shaking out more product. I have to figure out how to prevent that from happening because, I want to hold on to it. I do see that you can order that particular product from, it's not Instacart. I think it's Pink Dot. And I almost did it. I never order from them, but I almost did it to get it. And then I looked up and saw it. Now, this is an interesting thing. Did get this at the Japanese dollar store. It is the LA Colors High Shine Shea Butter Lip Gloss. Is this a lip gloss that Meghan Markle might like? It is in the shade Snuggle. And I thought, oh, it'll be like a really calm toffee shade, something that, you can throw on and it's not going to be a big deal. And since I can't use the mirror in the rear view mirror, I did pick up, and I recommended this. This was on my favorites list for stocking stuffers, $1.25 a compact mirror, a double-sided compact mirror, right? It has regular and magnification. Fabulous. Something for the car, and it's a nice big one, so you get a lot of surface area. There's some dude who's parking in front of me, and he was, giving me the eyeballs like he doesn't understand someone making content in their car when they're waiting for someone to get back to them. But, it's not a premium item, but it is a handy item, right? It does feel like it has some trouble folding closed. Maybe that's some tension to keep it from opening without you opening it. He looks like he's taking his gym clothes or his dirty clothes home. Mm-hmm. Is this his walk of shame? Are people still on vacation? But, I just wanted to come on and talk about my excitement for, Meghan Markle in a strategic way getting her marketing going for her television and other businesses, right? It's about time. One thing about Meghan Markle's projects, no shade, they get ratings. People look, and people have been posting clips of her on the Clock app and other platforms because, it's just very juicy. The outfits, the hair, the makeup, it's different than how she dresses and how she does her hair and makeup now. The clips I saw most recently, her hair was lighter in color and kind of had less volume in the center of her head. And it kind of looked like, ooh, that's different. And I think I like her hair darker. But in any case, this is Snuggle. Just a quick little car lip gloss, right? What's interesting is that this is very Y2K. I didn't anticipate it, but it has a fair amount of shimmer. So it's not the color per se. It gives you a kind of nude coppery color. And look how pretty that looks, right? Anyone who grew up or watches movies and clips of MTV from the 90s knows it was all about a kind of mirror shine. It's not even glitter. It's like highlighter on your lips. Very comfortable. Maybe it's not a corporate color, but I do like it, right? I remember seeing editorials in old issues of like 17 magazine talking about like wearable makeup for school, and that, a coppery color, not too much hue, not too much depth of color, but just something to say like, oh, I've dressed my face, I think is always welcome. Otherwise, what did we get from the Dollar Tree? We found boba milk tea lip gloss in is it the scent or the flavor? It's a scent. Strawberry scented and then blueberry scented. Your lips do get chapped when you're out and about in Cali because, again, it's the desert. And we got some other items. What is this? This plump gloss in the shade Surge. We didn't open this yet. The photo makes it look like it's similarly kind of a metallic, but we'll see. A plumping gloss. We randomly found 3. Are they wig caps or are they do-rags? Are they socks? I think it's wig cap or do-rag because of how tight. We'll see. But, no open item left behind, right? They have these adorable little towels that come compressed, right? So all the women of color ones that I could find, I took, right? I think this is a nice one. Is this Moana? It says Disney Princess on the back. Cute, right? Stocking stuffer. We have women's marches and then Valentine's Day coming up, right? Who doesn't need a towel when you're out marching? Or just something for the car? Irresistible, right? You can just pop in and find something that will be of use without breaking the bank. I still am stuck on trying to find, I think I have a slightly different Princess Tiana, right? This one is all in yellow. So cute. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree supports POTUS elect, in case you didn't know. But somehow they found themselves able to provide these products. So that's good. And then, I don't know why, but Pear soap comes in green. Is it a different flavor? Is it a different color? I haven't tried it yet, but I figured, maybe something to keep in the car, because I also keep bottles of water, just water in the car, just recycled bottles with water. This one has a tea bag in it for no good reason, but if you ever just need to rinse your hands or rinse something off or make a quick soap brow, it's drinkable, but it's really just to have water in the car, so I don't have to make special trips to do that. I have a friend who keeps a bottle of alcohol in the car. This isn't the first time I've seen it, especially during these times, to rub alcohol on the hands, which I guess is the equivalent of hand sanitizer, right? But then it's liquid. And, the Dollar Tree has some adorable little hand sanitizer sprays from our friends at Be Pure. And I think they are, I guess Sassy and Chic is the brand of the compact mirror, but Be Pure makes a lot of different cosmetic items. This scent is lemon, and then this one is green apple. So, when you're teaching in school or you're riding public transportation, there's an opportunity, when in doubt, spray it out, like at least stay conscious of, maybe you feel like your hands are dirty so that you're not rushing to put your hands on your eyes or in your face. They had these adorable little, without a lot of going on in the back, so that you can add these to an updo or be decorative with them. I got the gold pair, and then I was lucky enough to find a silver pair, right? Got to make content. You got to have something to show for the content. But I think what's frustrating about being at any Dollar Tree is that whenever people talk about things on social media, not every Dollar Tree has all the things that are discussed. So you're kind of hunting to see if those items made it there, or if those items are available or gone, or if there's any left. But I guess that's part of the excitement of the Dollar Tree. I got this rainbow cookie scented lip balm. Someone claimed that these are a dupe for the Glossier glosses, and this is very pleasant. It doesn't really have any color, and I won't put it on over this gloss, but it's just a really comfortable, again, an option, something to pull out of your purse or your pocket when you're talking your ish and you're on the road. Got to keep an eye out for Jake. There was a brother driving around giving out, it's not street cleaning day, but he's giving out tickets if you overstay in a spot. And I was still in my car, but I was so rattled when I saw him, I drove off. Not going to get me, mister. But, just different things to have in the car before you need them. And the more time you spend in your car, you can clean it, you can add things, you can recycle things and figure out, if you need to get rid of things or keep a supply of anything in here. So, makeup brush holder. When I got this, the label was falling off. It was the very last one. And that's the song that you have to sing at the Dollar Tree, right? It has a little thing that you can hang it by. But what's good is that it's see-through. You can see what brushes are in there. Makeup brush holder from our friends at Sassy and Chic. I wonder what kind of makeup brush holders Meghan Markle might come out with, right? Just simply to show support for her, I would consider buying such things from her. Sassy and Chic also made these very clever, flat, these seem built for contour. We'll open up one. Just something that could help you contour your nose or your jawline. But right now it's going to help us actually put something inside the makeup brush holder. Right? You had seen before, I'd gotten one of these $1.25 brush collections, and then I got 2 more. You know, they have some eyeshadow and blush and powder type brushes. They're not all created equal because some of them end up looking really weird. But for $1.25, and the hairs do fall out, so do know that. But you can't front on $1.25. Oh, and I also got kabuki brushes. This one is, I guess, the wicked stepmother from Cinderella because she has an apple. Kabuki brush, the villains. That's what it is, right? So you can kabuki your makeup. Right now we have yellow concealer from our friends at Collab, which is a brand that they sell at Sally's. And in the car, I have the No Flaws Under Eye Concealer in Dark Peach. I'm not sure if that's a good color for me or if it's not, but you know, again, crime of opportunity. Sometimes you're just working with the makeup and the brushes and the items you find. It's not necessarily what you want. I do make an effort to recycle these little pieces of paper and make notes for my posting, you know, and use things to put, you know, little, if there's trash, put them inside the other trash so I'm not having a single use piece of plastic. But it's oh so lonely in this makeup brush holder, but it's nice because it seals up tight. But isn't that festive? It's got little yellow lemons and blue leaves, and it just looks a little bit classier than wrapping them in toilet paper or whatever to try to keep them clean. Yeah, so that's our glosses. That's what's up. And Meghan Markle back on the scene, baby. You know, I canceled an appointment to be ready to make a move, and I haven't heard back. But I thought, you know what? Let me use my time in the car to put on some powder, right? We've been incredibly effective these last few days, right? Just like our friend Meghan Markle has been incredibly effective at getting the toxic British media and trolls all whipped up. They're saying that she made a mistake by turning off the comments on her Instagram. I think she got like 500,000 followers in a day. She knows what she's doing. She knows who's hot and heavy to, you know, spew negativity and try to ruin programs and ratings before it's even seen, right? I feel like they did that with Polo. They can't stand the, people call them the Carparkles, the Sussexes being successful and having made good their escape. People don't like that. They want control, right? That is the essence of narcissism. And they feel like the people who stayed behind or had nothing to escape to are somehow better. It's like, I don't want both my wrists broken. I don't want to end up in the hospital for 5 days with a concussion. I don't want suspicious inquest conclusions because somebody found me in a shed. People keep coming in my comments saying it's not a shed. It had a bathroom and he was in the bathroom and all that stuff about, oh, suddenly a year later, oh, he was on a new medication and it. No, it didn't. There was no medication. Nobody mentioned that a year ago. And there was no. Anyway, our friend Meghan Markle knew what was up, right? Women of color, people in America, you know, we didn't survive slavery by not listening to our intuition, right? All this debate about who to believe between Blake Lively and that dude. I don't know who that dude is, but that dude is certainly causing a stir getting his countersuit going. And, you know, I think he was dropped by his agency, WME, and there are denials that Blake Lively and her side piece, or her husband, whatever his name is, had anything to do with it. You know, why complete the movie and then file a suit in a public way? He should have been fired and replaced. Some people have a lot of money. They didn't have to, unlike the typical worker who has to put up with that stuff. She didn't have to put up with that. She's an executive producer. Unless it was contractual, which it could have been. I mean, I'm glad for anyone to pursue justice and their rights, but it's a mystery because I'm not going to say it's not true. They're probably both right that, you know, he did bad things and that she's showing him consequences, right? Someone said, let me read it to you. This is such a powerful quote that, what is it? This is the question, right? And I think this is very Meghan Markle coded. Listen, have you ever let someone experience consequences for violating your boundaries? Right? Let me say that again. In the spirit of Meghan Markle being back on Instagram and in the spirit of her dropping a trailer for her new With Love series with Mindy Kaling and all of her fabulous, glamorous friends, ask yourself or a loved one, have you ever let someone experience consequences for violating your boundaries? And wouldn't life look different if we did that? Right? Toxic British media running wild. Prince William, King Charles doing nothing to stop it, to stop Camilla from running and whispering to her friends in the toxic British media, oh, she shoehorned her children into Christmas at Sandringham, and they have far less standing. They're not even noble, right? They don't have titles. Who are they? Oh, I bet you they've got pensions and inheritances set up. Meanwhile, King Charles can't even see his own grandchildren. It's a shame. Now that Queen Elizabeth has gone on to glory, the Camilla finagled a queen title for herself, and people who aren't paying attention think that's what it is. It's not. She's queen consort. She's not reigning. She's just sitting next to the person who is. And someone got in my comments real aggressive telling me that I picked up these little mesh bags at Goodwill. They're not necessarily having all the bits and pieces, but what's good is that you can see what's inside. Recycled a Lululemon bag. Yes, the only acceptable Lululemon is the recycled Lululemon. We can't support racist business practices. We can't, but we can preserve the earth by keeping things out of the landfill. Consequences, right? Is Meghan Markle turning off the comments on her Instagram posts and her new account, which is doing very well? Is that consequences for the people who abuse comment sections and access to her? I think so. I think it's high time that people get corrected. And if they can't correct themselves, she can take steps to protect herself. She doesn't have to sit there and look, MCO Beauty Instant Contour Cream Bronzer. Should we try it? That's why we have water in the car. Do we have a beauty blender in the car? Unclear. We do have some Etude water tint. We can't use that because we already have lip gloss on. Some MAC Studio Finish Concealer. N35. I think this is too deep for me. We also have another shade of Etude water tint. So cute. Again, if you're needing natural makeup, we have Banana Brighten. But I think we might have some Banana Deep somewhere as well. Yes, Banana Brighten, Banana Deep. Do we need it right now? Probably not, because we got on that natural powder. But, it's taking a moment to relax, right? Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Powder. Maybe after we get the MCO Beauty going, we can go in with this. Somehow the mirror is not mirroring. I thought, oh, is there a layer on top of it? Maybe it's just blurry. I scratched at it to see if there was like a little sticker over it. I don't think there is. Maybe she just doesn't We're going to risk it all and keep it in our rotation. We had tried the Kat Von D Good Apple Foundation in Light 024. I think this is a little too pale for us, but listen, I appreciated trying it. I like to try things. I like to try things and talk about it. LA Colors Stay Jelly Sheer Butter Balm in the shade Obsession. We tried that the other day. We'll try it again. And then here is a NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer Pencil. Maybe we should try some of that. And I see that I already have one of these compacts in one of my makeup bags. Right? I was, in the car a lot and doing makeup in the car a lot. But wherever you can stash one in case you need it, $1.25. Why pay more? Everyone talks about ordering things from certain online vendors. Oh, this is the card for that loose powder. It is natural. And it says it has a puff. Did that puff come in it? I don't remember. That doesn't seem to be the right puff. But it is mica and talc, so just make sure to wash it off. And it was $2.49 instead of $5, right? The nice price. Sometimes you don't need your best makeup. You just need makeup. That's all. You just need some makeup. It doesn't have to be the best makeup. It doesn't have to be the best makeup. But you just need a little something on, a little color, something to let people know you care. That you care what you look like. I was going to conduct some business the other day. Oh, we have a brow pencil. The tip of the year is put powder in your brows so that your brow pencil will adhere. I think that's just such a helpful tip. Here is some up to 24-hour matte finish concealer from our friends at NYX, but I think it's too deep a shade. It's caramel. This is the shade I got, right? You got to get the products that you can get your hands on. Maybe it's not the one you want, but you can make it work, right? Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation in Tan Deep. Maybe more of a bronzer contour shade for me. Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation in the shade Medium. I find pretty much across the board, unless it's a Black-owned brand, I am medium. I may be a little bit cooler than what medium looks like, but I'm medium. And that's okay. I can be medium. It's okay. It's good. So I'll put this compact away. We'll work with this bronzer. We also got some MCO Beauty powder blush, but it's in this purple shade. I don't know if I want to go too clown with makeup in case this guru gets back to me and I can make that move. If I can't make the move today, trust, I already went to work, came out, and I spent, like 2.5 hours there and a half hour the other day, or maybe a full hour, and that was a worthwhile position. Oh, there's that girl. I've been seeing her for a very long time and she doesn't even have shoes on. But, she sometimes will walk back and forth very purposefully as if she's, doing something. But she's not. She's just walking back and forth. Stay woke in these streets. I think we're about to head into a possible, risky time for our country if rumors bubbling are true about election integrity and some next steps about that. Let me know what you think about that. It's at least worth paying attention to. I have a colleague who says she doesn't read or watch the news. I'm like, good luck. Our newly elected president, there's about to be some heavy consequences and heavy moves being made about certain issues, right? Whether it's H-1B visa or related folk, Oh, here's one of those towels all unfurled. Just a little towel. Are you sweaty? Do you need to clean up something in the car, the windshield? It's a little towel, a little Disney princess towel. I just thought it was adorable, right? Branding wise, she's a princess. Meghan is a princess. Are you a princess? Cute. I just think that's so cute in the little yellow outfit. You know, tisket a tasket. Why not? I just think that's so cute. But, and when it has like a little loop on it, like you'd almost use it as a golf towel. It's a little small, but it's better than nothing, and it's $1.25. What's wrong with that? Nothing. So, in any case, so you have your handy compact, right? Does Meghan Markle have a handy compact? Will she be coming out with one for her brand? I try to, put her brand into my tags when I can, just to show support. It's got to be distressing to hear people talk so much ish about you when you're not doing anything bad or wrong. Let's try highlighting the brow. I don't generally do that. I see people put the whole situation across their brow when they start their makeup, and I'm like, wow. Where it's all the way across the middle of the brows, and it's a whole thing that gets drawn on, and you're kind of like, oh, is that a good thing to do? I'm never sure. So maybe we can use a brush set, not a kabuki brush. What can we use to tap this out? Should we use our finger? Do we have? Oh no, we don't have the makeup brushes that are open in the car. We do not have that. That's unfortunate. Do we have any other makeup brushes in the car? We did get one of these travel cases for makeup. Oh, and they had the most adorable sleep masks. Sparkly, right? For holiday travel, pink. When you're on that plane and people are acting up. And they also had eyeshadow guards. These are the only ones I found. Set of 10, $1.25 each. These are the only packages that I've ever seen, and I bought all of them because, tariffs, supply chain, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to be caught out there and needing that and not being able to get it, right? I had broken my phone holder for the car. I was trying to figure out if I could fix it, if I could stick it back together. No go. And it was tragic to me. But I was able to, I should blend this out so I don't look like I've been drinking milk. I was able to reach under my seat and find another one. And that's what the pack rat people talk about, hoarding and boomer and this and that. My point is, like, if I see something useful and if it's not too excessive, I'm going to hold on to it because I might need it. And indeed, I needed it, right? To drive around, to, deliver things during the holidays. I needed it. And thankfully, I had one to spare. And that's what is holding my phone right now. Yes, there's options on the TikTok shop for a few coins. But if you just want one faster, or you just want one that is basic and fine, this is not a bad product. NYX got you covered. Concealer pencil. What's the shade? It's not a shade name. It's a beige. Oh, that's not nice. One of those like surveys are like, what's your gangster name? And it was something They were like the color of your shirt and something else, and it was something beige. And I was like, that's not cool. I can't say something like that. Because it seemed colorist. I definitely have had colleagues that accused me and other people of being beige. But our attitude is that we're black. So how about that? Spot concealing. It doesn't seem to. I just have these like random freckles that aren't really a problem, but I'm just trying to see. Trying to see what this is giving, and think about Meghan Markle and how she's kept it classy and she's, behaved in an exemplary way. Because truly, WS and Karens will try to take you out of your character. They will try to, in that narcissist way, to trigger you and, get you in a weak moment. People who are kind of just grasping for your resources, they will be eager to make it seem like you don't deserve or you are the problem or something like that. We can use the packaging for this powder to try to get this bronzer on something without putting it directly on the face, because the blend out might be. Should we use the same sponge? Is that crazy? Or should we use our finger? Let's try our finger. But in any case, you know, I'm I'm asking and expecting a favor from someone. So I'm standing by in the car and I thought, ooh, what a good time to go live. I don't want to squeeze this too hard. It is one of those squeezy tubes, but unlike allegedly the Charlotte Tilbury, this one comes full. And this is in the shade. I want to say it's medium dark, but it's an Australian brand. So whatever medium dark is in Australia, and they don't seem to be too progressive. There always seems to be distress. Oh, you have to actually open this. I'm squeezing on it, nothing's coming out, right? And so you have to open it. Oh, there you go. And then you can close it. And when I let go, it kind of there's a lot of product in here. They also are POTUS Select supporters, right? MCO Beauty. Just know, I'm not saying it's a terrible thing. I'm just saying you gotta know. Just know it before you blow it, right? You don't want to be unaware. I continue to marvel at people, without any caveat, supporting, people who've done bad things that in that regard, right? So we're trying to contour our round face carefully, not too low, blend up. Love on the skin. Don't punish the skin. High angle, right? People used to say, shade what you want to recede. And so everyone was drawing their contour down here. But maybe what we're doing is just relocating our contour and putting it where we want it rather than where it actually naturally falls. And maybe we have that right? You look at Nicole Kidman and Cher, they do it how they want to do it. What is natural? That's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to look a certain way for a certain effect. Did you watch Baby Girl? I admit I've seen some dance scenes that, and this is just me, I'm kind of like, what are we excited about? Because you watch like George Michael dancing, and then you watch this guy dancing, and you're like, what? What? What are we? I mean, it's fine, but maybe I have to watch the whole thing to get the power of that particular performance. But, I was like, oh, okay, go off. I don't really see that there's a point of excitement, but okay. But in so many ways we have had to be brave, right? We can contour our nose a little bit. just drawing the little diamond cage around the nose, right? We can't do too much. We don't want to look like we have a brown nose, but I find it helpful to put a little dot kind of in the more round area of my nose. Oh, and look, we have the magnifying side of this mirror, right? To help with precision. I'm not a draw a whole brown line all the way, a real thick brown line and keep piling product on. Like I'd rather try with my finger. Please stand by. And do we let it dry down a bit before doing too much? Or, part of it is I don't want to be judged if I end up seeing these people. I don't want to look like I'm, doing too much. And of course, drag it up into your brow. And it's so hot today. If anything goes wrong, we can just, use our perspiration to blend it and get it off. That's always the case. And I always look, you want to look toward people and models and celebrities who have a nose like yours. Whoever people say you look like, just look at them and try to figure out, are there makeup tips and tricks that you can steal from them? Is there a skincare opportunity that can, enhance your particular beauty, right? That's a lot of brown on my nose. Is it actually helping or is it making me look crazy? But anything left, we're just putting on double chin. I saw something exciting. It was chicken parmesan with 2 chicken cutlets deep fried and then a vodka sauce, and then they sprinkled pepperoni on top of the chicken parm and put it in the broiler. So everything was piping hot with melted cheese, some kind of Brooklyn style. I don't dislike this medium deep color of contour, right? You can see the definition here. The blend is not horrible. Are we growing sideburns? Or is this just normal? And you can definitely see it on my nose. I'm not mad at you, MCO Beauty. Maybe for your political stance, but we'll see what happens. We all got to play along. Whatever happens, right? See if we can get a little more of this product on here for our eye area. Maybe the forehead too. But it is clever that you can lock it so it doesn't just sit in your bag and seep out product. And it does snap close. It's not a twist close, it's a snap close. Right? Meghan Markle doesn't seem to be heavy on makeup contour. She does seem to be very fitness conscious. And I think that lends a certain refinement to the way that she looks and her makeup, right? Like she really, when she goes out for the evening, collarbones, back, and then that little triangle for the keyhole cutouts, she really rocks that. And I think it looks great. And I think it's, it's reassuring. Not everyone needs BBL or, what is it? Breast augmentation, right? That you can be very attractive and live in your body and your body size, right? Not everyone's her size, right? Sometimes when I'm looking at red carpet reviews and pictures, I'm looking for Divine Joy Brown. I'm looking for certain bigger sisters because when they do turn out for these events, they look incredible, right? I don't want everyone to be the same size or the same type. I want a little more, I want to learn. I want to learn, you know, what what some possibilities are. Like, and some people have like a huge rack, and some people have no rack at all. But everyone can look exciting on a red carpet if you're female presenting, right? Just a little hint of eyeshadow. I don't know if I want to go so far as to have eyeliner. We want to look earnest and natural, right? That concealer pencil is stuck on there. We define the brows, right? Just blend it out a little bit. So it does make the brow pop a little bit more. Our nose contour is looking a little obvious, but we do have a nice white stripe down the middle, right? We used our NYX pencil, right? It's in the corners of the nose, looking a little bit obvious, but if we sweat a little, it might be okay. That metallic, that nude metallic lip gloss. I think it looks amazing. It would look amazing with like a white outfit at lunch or with a black outfit in evening, right? Contour, breaking that bone structure, right? MCO Beauty, right? We never did get our hands on a purchase of, should we use this powder or the Kat Von D? Kat Von D might be a more convenient product because it won't spill everywhere. We also have a kabuki brush that we could use to apply powder. Oh no, the law is coming. But I'm sure these Kat Von D products have a puff as well. We have the deeper shade, which is tan medium. No, tan deep. But this is for me. If you're my complexion or so, it doesn't pull orange. It doesn't look suspicious in daylight. It looks getting better. I know you're like, Tanya, it's the new year. Are you going to the gym? We sat on our spin bike for a few today. Oh no, now they're starting with is that a leaf blower or a lawnmower? Anyway, Kat Von D, Tan Deep, Powder Foundation. What kind of applicator does it have? And how do you open it? Oh, I see. It looks like it has a wax seal on top. But we just wanted a little puff so we could drag some of this through our brows so we could try this brow pencil if I didn't lose it. Anyway, so just to get some powder in the brow to hopefully make products stick better. And then given what the shade is looking like, we can use it and fold the puff to tap over and reinforce our contour and maybe put it in places that we didn't before. You know, I've listened with interest to the folks from Asia who said, oh, horizontally contour your face if you have a round face, which is basically making this whole area dark because then it kind of emphasizes the small face, the inner part of the face. And we can also use this to tap into our contour. And we're also just seeing what this shade looks like. Right? Again, the makeup that we're getting our hands on, it may not be the makeup we planned for. It may not be the makeup that ideally we wanted, but you know, can we make it part of our makeup journey today? So I'm putting it inside of where we laid down that contour shade on our eyes, right? Kate Middleton always wears brown eyeshadow. I really struggle to think of an occasion on which she did not wear brown eyeshadow, and it seems a little bit harsh and maybe not festive. This is a beautiful compact. Kat Von D is another one. We hear she's down with the WS and the Triple K. I don't know, but the makeup seems credible. Now, she sold it. Is this a product that was made before or after her time? This is a powder foundation. We don't dislike. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I'm one of the people who says you absolutely cannot use the products of people who have, you know, troubling behaviors or troubling views. Or is it more of a, well, you know, no makeup left behind. Let's do what we can get our hands on. I'm not, you know, I don't always believe that makeup is going to make me look better. This is dark brown Anastasia of Beverly Hills, and the product is Brow Wiz Pencil Skinny. Now, I have a lot of brow, but I do like my brows to be longer. But yeah, I would love to see Kate kind of have a Marilyn Monroe kind of brighter eyeshadow moment, if that's something that would, you know, just bring some something exciting to the way that she does her makeup. I don't dislike her makeup. I'm just like, huh, does it always need to be that way? But, you know, since I have, ooh, that actually worked. I backcombed powder, just random foundation powder, into my brows, and unlike usual, I was able to use this and draw on a fake arch. And I can actually see it. Because usually I would just go through the ritual and I actually drew on more of a brow. Now this looks very heavy-handed, short strokes. If it goes left, we can, I'm not a person who's going to draw a big line on the bottom. I outlined with highlighter. You saw up and down and make a triangle, connect it. Let's try the other side, right? We want more of an arch, and then we want to extend the brow. I'm not down with the people, men especially, who try to make the arch of their brow in the center. The pumpkin look, let's say no to the pumpkin look for eyebrows in 2025. The arch goes a third from the end, not in the middle. You're not a jack-o'-lantern. Don't do it. But this reminds me, I got my makeup done by someone and then went and took a passport photo. For 10 years, I had like a pop star makeup photo, and I was not into makeup, and I did not do my makeup like that at the time. Oh, it has a spoolie. I forgot. So any mishaps you can kind of brush out, and you can brush your brow hairs up. And do you soap brow before you do brow pencil or after? I don't dislike that, y'all. Powder in the brows. I feel like I need something to stick the brows more in place, but I'm not mad at the way that they look. I'm not a brow trimmer, but I definitely like my brows longer. Ugh, falling in love with myself over again. This is what Meghan Markle has inspired me to do. Sit in my car, talk about makeup, and talk about her. Put on some lip gloss, no lip liner, just going in with it. Raw, right? We have some other products. It, you know, really we were waiting for this person to announce that they were going to either meet us and travel with us, or what was supposed to happen. Should we put on a little eyeliner, or is that too much? Maybe that's too much, since we have a little bit of a shadow moment going. And we have the brows and the nose contour. Should we risk it all and have a little bit of blush? We even set our contour with that deeper shade of powder foundation. Now, what did we get at the Dollar Tree? We have powder blush and dusty rose and coral pink. That might look a little obvious. We don't want this person clocking us like that. We don't know the deal. We're just trying to be, you know, We're trying to be about business. This is a liquid blush from Ione from the Dollar Tree in the shade Warm Rose. Lip oil, tinted lip oil, lip plumper, liquid blush in the shade Rosette. What do you think? Warm rose or rosette, right? This is a more natural looking color, and this is definitely amped up with the orange. Maybe we should go for more natural, so that we look credible. This metallic lip will wear off by later. I apologize for the audio. They do say that leaf blowers are illegal in the city, but we see what's going on in the streets. But, I don't know if I need this anymore, this card to explain LA Colors Loose Powder. Powder helps even out skin tone and sets makeup for a perfect, flawless looking finish. Lightweight, yet covers and conceals beautifully. Includes puff applicator. So I guess it was included. But yeah, Dee Dee's. I'm hoping if I slide, I might be able to slide back to Dee Dee's. They had a really, I've been at it again, y'all. I've been doing some community gardening to deal with stress, and it's been very helpful, but all of my shovels folded like a house of cards, just crumpled up. They were aluminum. BS, right? Didn't do any good. So I had seen, very inexpensive steel shovel. Not too big, but, enough to just turn some soil. And I thought, maybe we'll go back and get that. Right? Very simple, inexpensive product. A long-lasting liquid blush that blends into a soft flush of color on your cheeks. Buildable color at your fingertips. And that's what I'm going to use. I hadn't really planned to do this much makeup, but it's one. I canceled an appointment to just be on deck in case. And maybe we'll get this onto the plastic and use our finger from there. I actually am wearing contact lenses and not my glasses because I had to do something on camera where I had to be able to read. But I really didn't need to be able to read that much. I put one dot because these liquid blushes, they do a lot without a lot of product. And even this, don't be too aggressive. Just use one little tiny bit and see how it goes, right? Got to keep your cart locked when you're in the car and just sitting around. You never know. You never know who's walking by and what's happening. Don't get caught lacking in the streets. Oh, that's nice, right? Shanghai Shu, just bring it up toward the eye and have it live above and just have it touch on your contour, right? So it looks a little bit natural, but it's definitely more color than was there before. In a lifted shape, don't violate the contour. Don't go below the contour. Don't drag it everywhere and don't drag it down. And if nothing else, the more you practice your makeup, the more you get a sense of where you like makeup to land, right? How it makes you look more cute, whether you want it on the tip of your nose or not. I'm a late convert to tip of nose. I had to hear the Asian girls talking about shortening the mid face for me to decide that there was any value. It's almost like you're adding color and shadow to the areas of your face that are more prominent, like where sun might hit. But, when you're kind of new to it, you don't really appreciate that it's doing anything good. You're just like, oh, I'm painting by the numbers. I'm doing what people said to do. And sometimes I'm in such a rush that when I look at myself, my blend is terrible. But if these are one of the few inexpensive rituals that we can do to help us keep it up right? If you have situations and people who are trying to test your patience, they're trying to provoke you. And if one of the things you can do is take a moment and do your makeup, then I think that's a good thing. If that's something that's part of your arsenal of self-defense or armor to walk into situations with people who might not be, who might not have your health and happiness in mind, they're trying to get what they can get, right? And that's fair. That's capitalism. But then they can't cry foul when you do the same thing, right? If it's good enough for them to do to you, then it's good enough for you to do to them. That's my theory. Liquid blush. I likes it. Warm rose from our friends at Ione, right? I'm not saying you have to live in dollar store makeup. All I'm saying is like liberate yourself enough to say, I can have makeup that lives in the car and it's fine. It's better than no makeup, but we didn't want to go too far and have that person think we were up to things, right? We don't want to go that far. We just want to look like we have good self-esteem in these brows. Try it though. Put some foundation or some translucent powder in your brows and then just see what your brow pencil does. It's exciting, right? With a little bit of a brow gel, brow power can be assured. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Meghan Markle. Shout out to Kate Middleton. All the ladies staying strong in 2025, doing what we have to do for ourselves and our family, trying to protect our health, our mental health, and our safety. It's so paramount. Don't ever let anyone believe that you don't deserve your health and safety and defense. Again, if it's good enough for, well, I don't know, POTUS, then it's good enough for all of us as well. But thank you so much for joining me. Meghan Markle's back. Are you going to watch? With love. What's she cooking? It looks like a lot of dessert, but I'll check in with you soon. Thanks, stars. Mwah. Bye.